There's Shirley. There's Pass.
Morning,
Good
Sean.
morning, Shirley. Good morning, Pass.
Hi, Kirsten.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Shirley, it looks like you're having a pretty amazing dinner on Instagram. I saw you had like all kinds of nice dishes.
Yeah, appetizers. It was yummy.
Pardon me, I missed the last part.
I said it was yummy.
Yummy, yeah. It looks yummy.
Is it cold there? Is that why you guys have sweatshirt on?
It's
yes,
really
it's
windy.
chilly, yeah.
Oh, okay.
By your standards, this is probably balmy, but it's kind of chilly for us.
No, because it's nice if you're in the sun, but when you're in the shade, it's very windy.
Yeah, it's chilly.
We're gonna need to move to keep us warm.
Good.
Sean's got a butt burner today.
I do?
A butt burner workout.
Butt burner. Oh.
No, it's not a butt burner. It's
Okay, who else is coming?
it's
are
only, we have 2
they?
minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes.
2 minutes to air, to live. Yeah. All right. I think who's going to show up? We'll show up afterwards. We'll get it started for all of those who got here on time. Pass and Shirley and Kirsten. Yeah. No. So what? This goes to speaker. And then this goes to pin. That's the screen. We're teaching Kirsten how to set up the class today. All right. Without further ado, we're going to get it started. We're going to bring our feet to a slightly wider than hip or shoulder width position. We need to kind of look on the outsides of your feet to make sure that the outsides are running parallel, which means your toes are going to be turned in slightly. You're going to bend your knees. I want you to push them forward so you can kind of feel the pull on the back of the leg. And then I want you to straighten through the knees and then straighten all the way up through the rest of the body. Take your neck, your chin, and look it upwards, and then take the chin and turn sideways for the benefit of viewing. You're going to draw it down and pull it in towards the neck. If you can imagine your belly button being the guide here, I want you to try to pull it in towards the spine and then pull it up towards your head. And as we do that, I'm going to try to initiate isometric activation in the heels. Try to rotate them away from the body, and that's simply to create an activation up here on the hips. When you feel those hip muscles on the outside, those external muscles engaged, working. You're going to take the ball of the big foot, you're going to push it into the mat. Then we're going to finish this whole thing up by taking the shoulders up towards the ears. You're going to take your thumbs, you're going to rotate them externally so that the palms face forward. And then you're going to pull the hands backwards. You're going to pull the hips backwards. I'm going to fold in slightly. As the hips pull back, I want to make sure the knees aren't protruding forward. I want you to pull them back as best you can, have them line up with the heels. You pull your ass, your rear end back so far that you kind of feel like you're going to topple backwards, but keep a little bend in the knees. We're not locking out through that. As you inhale, bring the hands forward, shoulder height, thumbs aim up to the sky. Beautiful. Rotate the thumbs so that the palms face the sky. As you stand up, sweep thumbs backwards. As you inhale, lift the hands to the sky. As you exhale, let's keep all of the arms extending upwards. Pull the hip back. So pull the hips back, bend the knees slightly, and let's make sure once again that the knees aren't pushing forward. We don't want to feel the tug of any muscles in the back lower leg. Use the fingers to pull the arms longer. Let the shoulders rise up and then broaden them, make them nice and wide. On the next inhale, grow long. And on the next exhale, rotate the palms outward, fold all the way down. Bring your fingertips to the earth, step your feet back and come into a plank pose. Let's let the body kind of sink into the shoulders. And as we keep that shoulder sink, pull the hips upward and backward. It's coming to down dog. Come back to your plank. So we're kind of lubricating our shoulder joints, pulling the hips up and back, getting the rotation through the shoulders, coming back forward to plank. One more time, pull up and back to down dog. Let's hold in this spot. Talk about our intentions for class today. Working to train our body to function more effectively and efficiently. Try to teach it how to decompress, how to be more mobile, how to be stronger in the movements that we make. And we're going to give ourselves permission to take breaks as we need, because it's not always about the hard work. Let's come back to our plank pose. Let's drop our knees down. Flip the toes under, pull the hips back, child's pose. Let's walk the child. So you're going to walk your fingers forward as you pull back, kind of like a little tug of war, the tailbone being the one pulling end and the fingers being the other. Let's take the right palm and rotate it up to face the sky. So we're simply rolling over our little baby fingers. We bring the palm back to face the earth. Left palm rolling over the little baby finger on the right side, or left side, sorry. As we bring that palm back to the earth, walk the hands in towards the body. Spring the hips up over the knees so we have a perpendicular line between the hip and knee joint. Let's take the right hand, reach it forward. Switch it for the left. So it's really the hand separated fingers reaching forward, thumb pointing up at the sky. Let's rotate it down. This time as we reach forward, rotate the palm to face upward, elevate high, and then bring it back down. Switch. And then take your right hand, bring it out beside the body. So we're coming outside of the shoulder. I want you to check in with the rest of the body and make sure that your hips are not translating from side to side. They're still in the same position. Spine is nice and long. Bring length through the spine, length through the neck, and then switch sides. Our palm is facing down at the earth. Make sure we're not pedestaling on our right elbow. There's just a slight bend, a nice push. Come back down into all fours. Much like in our plank position, I want you to try to sink into the shoulders. And hold that sink. Take the right hand back out again. And feel the experience being a little bit different. Switch it for the left. So the only real difference between our first effort at this and second is that our shoulder blades were repositioned when we kind of sank down into them. That's more the external rotation of them. So we practice that today. We're going to try to do that to keep the shoulders more stable. Let's walk the hands forward. Let the hips sink down. This isn't about how close I can get to the earth. It's just about stretching and lengthening right now. Decompression is an important part of the experience. Each day, as we pull our hips back, child's pose. Each day that we live, our body goes through a lot of compressive force, from sitting, standing. Our good friend gravity takes its toll on our body. So we're simply practicing to help provide decompression to our body today. Let's take the right palm, roll over the little baby finger, flip the palm to the sky. Change that for the left. Meeting back with both palms on the earth. Walk them underneath. Take your spine into flexion. Let the head fall. So from a yoga perspective, this is kind of, in layman's terms, called cat. And we're going to reverse this to cow position. And we're just going to oscillate between the two on our own pace. Coming to cat and cow. And as you continue along this, let's talk a little bit about these two poses. Cat is really bringing our upper spine, our thoracic spine, into flexion. Cow is taking it more into extension. And it kind of works the opposite with the lumbar or lower back. As one segment of the spine extends, the other is really going into a flexion state. So we're kind of working to decompress both segments of our spine right now by working through cat and cow. And let's come back to a neutral spine. A little bit for the hips and legs. Let's take the right leg extended back. Again, we're trying to work on stabilization and decompression, making sure that our shoulders aren't translating anywhere, forward, backward, side to side as we switch to the left. Making sure our head isn't falling off our body. Let's pull that chin up and into the neck. Switching for the right. And then for the left. And as we return to all fours, much like a fire hydrant type pose, we're going to take the right knee out beside the body and elevate it, keeping a 90-degree bend in the knee and ankle. Return that back, left side. You're going to feel those side body muscles, our little gluteals, glute min, glute medius, kind of active as we rotate up. Feel lengthening through the middle part of our leg, the adductors. Switching for left. Coming back down, tucking your toes under, pulling your hips up, coming into a kind of a very shallow or close together down dog. Simply meaning that our hands and feet are normally further apart, but they're a lot closer right now. Let's bend the knees and lower them just above the earth. And then walk the hands back towards the feet until you can actually kind of fall back onto the feet and extend the spine, nice and long. Beautiful. Now, let the hips drift up towards the air, the sky, and let the upper body fold in. As we fold in, let's take a couple breaths, hang out. And as we lower the hips, let's bring palm to shin. So our upper body is basically in a parallel to earth position. Let's grow the spine, try to lengthen it, and assist that lengthening by pushing the palms in and keeping the shoulders active. Bring that chin in towards the neck. We're elevating the back of the head, not by looking up, but by drawing up the back of the head. Now, keep the hips in the spot that they're in right now and unhinge through those hips to bring the upper body more visible to our face forward position. Let's take the hands, spiral off the knees, open the palms to face the earth. As you separate the fingers widely, draw the hands back. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Sweep the arms forward, palms face each other. Beautiful. Keeping the hips in the spot that they're in, take the left leg, step it back. Oops. I'm running out of space behind me. All right. So in this pose right now, in this position, in this exercise we're doing, let's make sure that the knee isn't pushing forward. I want you to kind of pull back so that the knee's behind the ankle. There's a little bend in the back knee. As I work to keep my hands positioned squarely on my shoulders, I want to practice some spinal rotation. So I'm going to rotate my shoulders. You'll notice that the position of my hands in front of the shoulders hasn't changed. So I'll come back center, and let's do that again. Let's hit a little tempo. Out, in, out, in, out, in, hold. Tricked her, yes. Let's raise the arms up. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, frame the front foot, step it back, pull up and back, down dog. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, see if you can elevate the hips higher, not by pushing onto the toes, but like by pulling up the tailbone. Find more length with the spine. And as you exhale, come back to your plank pose. As you lower both knees close to the earth, but not upon the earth, let's walk the hands back into crouched position with feet flat on the earth. Take the spine and make it long. Let the upper body fold in towards the legs. Bring your palms onto the shin. Our hips have still maintained their low elevation. Let's push the palms into the shin, extend the spine. With the spine extension, we're bracing that whole spinal column. We're just unhinging from the hips. We're not elevating anything but the upper body. Let's rotate the palms. Separate the fingers. Let's use them to pull the arms long and then use them to pull the hands back. Beautiful. Let's bring the hands, sweep them forward. Take the opposite leg back. Let's elevate, right? So we have a forward lean. We have the knee positioned behind the ankle. And we have a slight bend in that back knee. You can walk that foot back. Shoulder carriage, rotate left. Back center. Let's do that with greater frequency. Back center. Raise the arms. Big breath in. Exhale, fold. Frame the front foot, step it back. Add a hover low. Push back up. Pull the hips up and back, down dog. Take the right leg, lift it to the sky. Running into the deck. As you come back to your high plank position, bring your knee up towards your elbow. Elevate the knee towards the armpit. Let the head fall. Extend the spine, lift that head, push the leg back, straight back. So you're in a plank pose, right leg elevated. Keep the leg elevated, pull up and back to down dog. As you come back to your plank pose, step the right foot up and in between. You're framing that right foot. Extend the spine. Keep the spine extending. Elevate. Unhinging. Beautiful. Should be getting nice and warm now, are we? Let's bring hands over heart. Beautiful. Let's lean forward. As we lean forward, let's make sure we're not kind of like letting the knee push forward. I want the opposite today if we can. We want to take the compression out of the knee, drawing it back of the ankle. We want the hips to kind of elevate more. So from the back toes, push up onto them. We have this nice forward lean. We're going to extend the arms. And then we're going to raise them. Going to take a 3 count on breath. On the 3rd exhale, lower, sweep back, rotate. So we're rotating the thumbs. Take a big inhale. Exhale, sweep it all forward. Open the palms to the sky this time. Big inhale, lengthen. Exhale, move, arms only, back. Rotate the thumbs, spiral them around. Open the palms to the side of the body, pull them backwards. Beautiful. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Open the palms to face the sky. Big inhale, exhale, fold. Step back plank. Raise the left leg. Pull the hips up and back, down dog. Float it back to plank. Left knee, left elbow. Raise the knee to the armpit. Let the head fall. Extend the spine, push the leg back. Pull up and back, down dog with that leg up. Step that foot up and in between the hands. Frame it. Extend the spine. Elevate the upper body, hands, heart. All right. Take the hips, elevate them. Positional, watch what's going on with those knees. Beautiful. Extend the hands out, lift them up. Lower the arms, rotate the thumbs, pull back. Feel nice expansion through the chest, feel length through the spinal column, length through the neck. Make sure you're not jutting forward with that chin, pull it in. As we sweep the hands forward this time, palms face the sky. Sweep back. Thumbs up, hands up. Open the palms to face the sky now. Sweep back. Sweep up. Hold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Step back plank. With the knees is an option, and if you can, off of them, hover low. Take your body to the earth. I'm gonna come back so I'm more in frame. All right. Gonna keep your toes tucked under. I'm gonna use the elbows to pull the arms, the back of the arms off the earth. And feel a nice activation across the back, across the upper back, of course. And then let everything relax. Bring the palms back onto the earth. Take an inhale, let the spine lengthen. Pull the neck long. Pull the chin in towards the neck. Basically, you got a nice look at your mat. You can see, well, I think we need to wash this.
Pull in your belly.
All right, as we do this, let's suck up the belly button in towards the spine. And then just let it relax. You can feel the difference in tension in the body when we activate that transverse abdominis. So let's do that again. Let's pull the belly button up. Let's pull it in towards the spine, but up towards the top of the body. Get a feel for how it changes your breath. And then let it relax. Let's do that one more time. Belly button, activate it, pull it up and in. Keep that activation active. On your knees or off, push up. Pull up and back, down dog. Step or jump your feet forward, keeping your folded position. Widen the feet, a little wider than hip width. Parallel the outsides of the feet. Lower the hips, extend the spine. I'm going to step back so I don't run into you. We're going to sweep our arms to the side as we stand up, kind of like a reverse swan dive, all the way up. Look up at the sky, and then relax. Whew. All right. Take your right foot forward, take your left foot back. Let's bring your hands out in front. Let's interlock the fingers, and let's rotate the palms to face forward. Right now, we're all in a vertical-like position of the upper body. We're going to sweep the arms up and try to create as much opening as we can by sweeping the arms back. Some people's versions of this are going to look different than mine. That's fine. So this is going to be your best version of this. As best you can now, try to lengthen through the upper body and try to bring the upper body more posterior so that we have extension through the spine, but we want to avoid compression of the spine. So if your lower back feels like it's compressing, you've probably gone too far right now. So kind of back off of it, get a nice feel where you can kind of feel the musculature lengthening through all the spinal column, even though the shoulders are hard at work, just stretching out that tissue. I'm going to work the side body a little bit here by taking that left heel and drop it towards the earth, and then push back up into the toes. Both sets of toes are pointing forward. Both knees are relatively long. There's just a slight angle in both. We're not locked out and we're not bent greatly. The hips are highly elevated. This movement is just helping to kind of work the tissue, the connective tissue along these side bodies, kind of get it more active. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, let the heel drive towards the earth. Take the arms back down shoulder height. Flip them to face each other. Let's lean in. Lean in is not at the expense of any of the lower body positioning. So we're not collapsing. We have the legs long. We have the knees positioned behind the front foot. We're up on the toes of the back foot. We have active work going on through our posterior chain. We feel that right hip communicating a little bit. Keeping the arms extended over the shoulders, rotate the shoulder carriage to the right, come back center. We are familiar with this. We did this before. We had that nice lean. Keep it going. Yes, lean as far forward as you can, as your body will allow. That burning you feel is your body changing. These are muscles that often do not get worked a lot, and we are working them today so we can be able to be less compressive in our movement. Come back center, hold. Reach it up. Bring hands heart, switch feet. Left foot forward, right foot back. Same setup, opposite side. Elevation of hips, position of knee, back. extend forward, interlock. As we raise the arms, vertical the body. Beautiful. Grow the spine. Lower the right heel, push up under the toes. Up and down at your own pace. Enjoy the change your body is experiencing. All right. Hold in the up position. Lower the hands, release, open. Lean in as far as you can. Rotate left, center. Vacillate, oscillate between the two. Try not to make this a movement of arms. See, I can hold my shoulders square and move my arms. Rotate the shoulders, rotate the shoulders. Those hips elevated. Nice. Feel that little burning going on? Welcome to your new body. Come back center. Reach high. Hands heart. Switch feet. There is more, folks. Yes, I know. We're enjoying this immensely. I can tell. Just beautiful smiles on your face. Let's lean in, extend forward. This time we're going to take our hands all the way up. Beautiful. We're going to hold 5, 2, hands heart, switch feet. Step back opposite side. Elevate, extend. Breathe, 5. Hands heart, step both feet forward. Bring them a little wider than hip width apart. With a slight bend in the knee, I'm going to show you the side view. In fact, let's stand them a little wider than hip width apart. I'm going to pull back the hips. Very important for this movement. I want to be training posterior muscles. I want you to avoid the knees forward. Pull back almost like I'm going to fall backwards. Let's get in that nice spot. Let's brace. Let's engage. Let's lengthen. Beautiful. Take the hands up together. Elbows pull down, elbows pull back. Give me little fists with thumbs aiming to the sky. Fold forward, raise up. Let's do this. Up and down. Try not to bend into this. This is all about movement through the hips, activation of those hip muscles, those butt muscles, keeping the knees relatively straight, little bend. Only movement is mostly through the hips. Mostly through the hips. Rise and lower, raise and lower, sorry, raise and lower. Hold in the up position. Take your heels, try to externally rotate them. Try to push them away from the body. At the same time, time to take the ball of each big toe, try to rotate it inward together simultaneously. Hold, hold, hold. Beautiful. Now, keep those isometric activations. Push the hands forward. Beautiful. Now, that little back is probably talking to you. It's okay. We're just making it stronger right now. Lift the arms, bringing more of that posterior back muscle chain into action here. Take a big inhale. Exhale, fold. Whew. Walk it out to your plank. Down onto all fours. You can tell I'm getting a little hot, right? Off comes the sweatshirt. It's game on, folks. All right. Give me a cat and a cow. Oscillate between the two. Sometimes hard work needs a little dessert. Let's everyone meet in the quadruped or on four position. Do me a favor, bring your elbows, turn them into the body, and then push away from the earth and feel what that feels like. Now we're going to modify this slightly. We're going to rotate the elbows just slightly external. And we're going to let the upper body kind of sink into the shoulders. Now the sinking isn't like a loss of the spine. The neck's still going to be long and the spine is still going to be long. We're not doing any flexion of that. We're just doing a release into the shoulders. We feel a different movement altogether. So we're going to be connected spinally and more connected through the musculature of the shoulders. Now, scapular push-ups. We're going to just basically take our elbows and keep that little bend and then push our shoulder carriage up and away and then lower down. Nothing's really changing but the position of the shoulders. So the head isn't bobbing up and down. We have nice stabilization of the spine. Arms aren't really moving much. We're just simply pushing up and lowering down. We're going to hold in the lower down position. Nice. Now, take the knees, lift them slightly off the earth. And then lower them back down. Push up. Lower down. And push up. Step back the feet. Pull up and back the hips. Come back to your plank. Drop the knees slightly and lower them onto the mat. Let the hips lower. Push along the spine. Keep the gaze of your eyes straight forwards. We're not looking up. You can tell spinal compression, especially in the neck. When you look up, you can feel like there's a tightness that forms in the base of the neck. These are the compressive behaviors we want to try to avoid. So imagine the neck is actually growing long without having to lift the chin to see upwards. You can simply look straight forward. You can be forward thinking today. How's that sound? Okay, pull the hips up and back. Extend the arms all the way out. Child pose. Let's revisit what we practiced earlier. Take the right palm, rolling over the baby finger. Palm faces the sky. Flip the right over to the left. As we flip the left back to earth, take the right hand, sweep it back, and bring the back of the hand onto your tailbone. See if you can walk your hand up your back. You might notice that it feels like it pulls a lot, and it probably does. Welcome to sedentary behavior. All right, let's shift the hand back down, sweep it all the way back to the front. Oh, feels so much better. Let's do the same for the opposite side. Getting it back there is one end. As we progress this, it's simply by moving the hand up the spine. Remember, we're not endeavoring to inflict pain on ourselves, just enough to kind of feel a release going on. So how far up it goes is all relative to the mobility in the shoulder, relative to your external rotators. And if it's not there, it's not there. Okay. Let's bring it back. Kirsten say, let's move on. Okay, listen to the boss. Walk the hands out, pull the hips back, tug of war between the fingertips and tailbone. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, come up onto all fours. Nice. Sink into the shoulders, pull the hips up and back. Short down dog. Keep the neck long, spine long, hips high to the sky, push up under the toes. Drive the heels to the earth. Bend the knees again. Lower them just above the earth. Walk the hands back. Come up onto your feet. Keep in that folded position. Take a big inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Palms to the shin. As you push palms to the shin, extend the spine. Isometric activation of the heels. Try to push them away from the body. Power the whole thing up. Stand tall, sweep the hands to the sky. Boom. Let's grow both sides of the body as we go into a lateral extension. We're avoiding lateral compression. So as one side extends, imagine the other side extending also, just to a lesser degree. So we're not pulling down to get further across the body or midline of the body. We're actually lengthening both sides of the body simultaneously. Come back center, opposite way. It's kind of a different level of activation instead of just ratcheting across. Let's come back center. Let's bring our hands back over heart. Let's interlock the fingers. Push the palms forward. Raise them shoulder height. Kind of get all that stuff worked out shoulder-wise. And then as best you can, raise them up. Now, some of us might have issues getting the hands together and getting that length. So you can overlap and grab, whatever works best for your body. Both sides lengthen. I'm going to lengthen left side a little more than right, so we're kind of growing out of the body. My camera might be opposite to yours. Come back center, opposite way. Grow, grow, grow. Both sides, grow. Powerful, strong, engaged. Come back center. Lower the hands, shoulder height, flip the palms. Let the hands sweep backwards, separate the fingers. Feel that nice opening through the chest. Spiral the thumbs backwards, pull the hands away from the body, elevate the palms up shoulder height. Beautiful. So my thumbs are aiming backwards. Use the fingers to pull the arms away from the body and use the thumbs to pull the hands slightly backwards simultaneously. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, hands to the sky. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, come down onto your mat. Lie down in the back. Oh, nice. Position the feet slightly forward of the knees. Let's bring the feet slightly wider than the hips, and then let's pull the knees in together. So the ball of each big foot is on the floor, and you have a nice connection. Let's take the palms, open them to the sky. Now, for us that have issues relative to abdominal strength, you can use your hands on your thighs or back of the legs to help you elevate. For those that can do this, we're simply going to come into a crunch initially with the palms facing to the sky. Let's pull your belly button in. And then if you can, one vertebrae at a time, try to peel up the back. Oh, 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 all the way up. Beautiful. Now, open the legs, bring the base of the feet together, extending the feet out slightly. Open the palms to face the sky. One vertebrae at a time, hollowing out through the belly, lower down. Each and every vertebrae, all the way down. Bring the knees back together as we separate the feet hip width apart, keeping the palms open to the sky, separating them so we come across the legs, roll up one at a time. Oh. Coming back down. Oh, who invented this exercise? Let's pull the knees up into the chest. How we doing for time, sweetie? got 3 minutes. We got lots of time. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Come up onto all fours. Going to roll forward, come up onto all fours. How's that for smooth transition?
Really good.
Yeah, it was really good. All right, so we're going to step back. I'm going to come into our forearm plank. It's so funny when we do these things, time sometimes gets the better of us. And I was going to do some more core focus work. So we'll just kind of progress through this a little bit differently. So we're in a plank position. I want you, as best you can, to try to find a nice elevation that's equal between shoulders and hips. We're not locking up the knees, but they're relatively straight. Now, your pubis area, try to pull it up towards your belly button. So we're kind of rotating internally through the lower spine. And feel that nice activation. And while you activate that, try to pull your elbows towards your feet. And all that trembling is just symbolic of change happening in your body. And then let it relax. Come down onto the knees. Walk the hands out towards the front of the body and away from the body as the hips pull back into the child's pose. Because we are working the shoulders unusually today, let's take a little second to kind of stretch through here. Extending the child pose gives us an opportunity to kind of rotate through the shoulders with very little resistance. In fact, using gravity to help pull through and provide length to those anterior or front body muscles that often get shortened just from sitting around too much. Take a deep breath, come back up into all fours. Flip your toes, drive your heels to the earth, pull your hips up and back. Drive the knees to the earth, walk your hands back. Come up onto your feet. Push your hips to the sky, let the upper body fold. Hang out for a breath or two. As you bend your knees, palms to the shin, push palms and extend. Isometrically activate the external heel rotation. Let the hands slide up, release, sweep up. Bring hands over heart. Allow me to thank you for your great participation today. Thank you very much for joining us. How's everyone doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I have to tell you guys, today was more like silhouette yoga.
Yes.
Me personally, I can barely see you.
Yeah.
Just so
I
you
couldn't
know.
I couldn't see you at all. It was just
No.
silhouette.
So we went on just on your words, but I don't know why it's different. I mean, the view is beautiful.
Yeah, but it's the sun. It's tough because we're both doing the class today, so there was no one on the camera. And we could have.
Well, when you watch it, if you watch it a little bit, it's pitch black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too dark. Way too dark.
So
What's the
But
matter?
we
You guys
follow
don't like doing
instructions.
yoga?
yes, we follow instructions. That's what I was doing. But a few of them, I was like, wait, oh, I can't see that. All right, I'll just hang out.
There, now I can see you.
But now you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was different, but I didn't want to ruin the flow. It was good.
Well, I mean, if it's going to help everyone, please chime in. We're not.
Well, I think I'm not alone in that. Like you can't, but there has to be a spotlight or something when it's that sunny.
Yes.
Is that because you're in a new spot?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
I wrote it in the chat. It's too dark.
There you go.
I appreciate the feedback. That's nice to know.
It was good though.
Yeah.
Nice hearing your voice. All right. Well, you're going to enjoy a sunny day. So does the sun set now? Or do you have sunset on your
Yeah, it sets right out here.
Yeah.
So you have that.
Around 6. It's beautiful.
Nice.
I'll take a picture tonight
Do
Okay.
that.
of the sunset.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Okay, love you
See you
guys.
Tuesday. Love you too. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.